Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey, Tad. He's waving.
Can everybody
It's
hear
just,
my wave?
can everyone hear the wave?
Can everybody hear my wave?
It's going. Yeah, we can hear it. I can hear the
Good,
whoosh, the
good.
whoosh.
Um, yeah, it's going. It's
Yeah,
going.
it's one of those
Uh,
weeks.
More comic or more Diamond Fallout. Z2 is now offering to ship directly to retailers. Archie and Rocket Ship Entertainment are now available through Lunar.
Yeah.
Um, so some I don't know that this is strictly Bezos Fallout, but I'd love, given the recent shift in Washington Post editorial content that won't actually be limited to editorial content. Um, the fact that Image Comics will soon be available on the Suite app makes me happy because
Right.
I buy a lot of digital comics and I would love to stop giving so much money to Amazon. Um,
Exactly. Yep.
so the more ways I have to buy comics that aren't Amazon, but still read them digitally, the happier I am. Um, and then that leads right into what kind of week has it been? This is just the new third, the third news point is just now. What kind of week has it been? I'm
I
taking
know.
it from Aaron Sorkin, the last episode of the first season of both the the Sports Night and the West Wing, and then the last episode period of Newsnight. Um, was it Newsnight? I forget what they called that one. Um, the one with Jeff Daniels. Uh, it was called "What Kind of Day Has It Been?"
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's because everything happened at once. So I feel like for a long time, at least 47 more weeks, we're, or I'm sorry, 47 more months. Weeks would be so nice.
Weeks. I
47
was
more
like, wow,
months.
that's it. I'm like, holy
Yes.
cow.
For 47 more months, I feel like we're going to need to have a what kind of week has it been?
Yep.
Um, and honestly, like I had so much to talk about by Thursday, and I don't remember any of it because what happened on Friday, uh,
Eclipsed all of that.
and then
Um,
some.
yeah.
I mean,
Uh,
I mean, I think people who listen to the show know that I'm generally proud to be an American. I generally think we're a fantastic country. I think that there's differences of opinion. I think that one side doesn't take the things that we do great seriously. Um, One of the biggest things that's made me angry for the last 12 years is the whole idea that we need to be great again because it implies that we stopped being great.
right. Exactly.
Um, What's more is I think to the extent that we have slowed being great, it's entirely the policies of the people who say make America great again.
Yeah.
Um, Abusing and embarrassing an ally who's fighting for his nation's existence in the Oval Office is not
Exactly.
something a great country does. It's not
No.
something
And
a leader does. It's not, I have never in my life been ashamed to be an American until that moment.
yeah, it was bad. I mean, we're talking like JD Vance demanding that Zelensky say thank you. I mean, just say thank you.
As
That's
if
all
he
you need to do.
hasn't. As if he
E-
hasn't.
Exactly. And Vance is going the whole time going,
And
have you even said thank you once? And it's like, yeah.
in this meeting. And Tyler, did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah. No.
The whole 50 minutes?
Oh, well, I don't know. Did I miss something?
Uh, I mean, the first 45 minutes could be looked at as boring, which is why they're not.
Yes.
But I watched the whole press conference.
Yep.
And there are a couple of things that really, really stand out to me.
Okay.
Um, the first is Zelensky wasn't really allowed to speak.
Not at all.
Trump took every question, and they moved on when Zelensky wanted to
Yep.
speak.
Right.
Um, Second, the with one exception, and I'll come to that in a second. With one exception, the reporters, by and large, asked really softball and or embarrassing questions.
Yeah.
I say embarrassing because there was a reporter that I'm pretty certain was from One America News, though you wouldn't know it in the moment. And again, we'll get to that in a second. Who who asked Trump if he was hoping to add to his legacy to being a peacemaker and whether he thought what he was doing here would help that. And Trump, of course, oh yeah, I hope that I'm going to make a good deal, peacemaker, blah, that sounds really good. Thank you for asking that question. You said you had another, and he asked Zelensky, why don't you wear a suit to the Oval Office?
Yeah. I did see that.
He asked the guy that like had to be smuggled out of his own country to get out safely
Yep.
why he didn't smuggle out a nice set of clothes.
Yep. He's wearing his fatigues, to show solidarity with his military.
Right, right.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
and I think that was part of the answer that I liked from Zelensky. He's like, yeah, yeah, I mean, when I come back, when all of this is over, and by the way, if you saw the suit that the guy was wearing, he would get all of this because when I finally got to see this from a different camera angle, the guy was wearing the crappiest bright blue suit I have ever seen. It was
The guy
like
asking the suit question.
yes, it was like the suit that that you rent to go to a high school dance when you're an odd size and have to take what's left.
That's hilarious.
So Zelensky's answer was like, when I come back, when there's peace, maybe I wear costume. Maybe I'll get a suit like yours, or maybe something cheaper, maybe something more expensive. Um, but like for 45 minutes, Zelensky was supplicant.
Mhm.
And there were clearly questions that were meant to make him not supplicant. Um, the one real question that was asked by CNN. And the only reason I know that it was asked by CNN is that not only did Trump not answer it, he essentially said, why are you asking dumb questions like that? I mean, the question was like, you were negotiating with Putin without Zelensky. How is that going to help further a good peace agreement?
Right. Yep. Exactly.
um, Or maybe it was what did you talk about the last time you spoke with Putin? You said you talked to him 2 days ago. Um, Again, a real journalist question, not a, oh, sir, you're so great question, like most of them were. Um,
Exactly.
and his response was along the lines of, you're a failing network. Why is why doesn't CNN worry more about its failing than like what I talk about?
Yeah.
Which made me sit back and go, and I don't know if this is just a West Wing thing, but I feel like it used to be that in like presidential news conferences, the way questions would start are, "Hello, Mr. President. I'm Tad Eggleston from 22 Panels. I would like to." And I realized that none of the reporters introduced themselves. None of
Nope.
the reporters said who they were
Nope.
reporting for. So you get to act like they're all real journalists. But this is the same week where the biggest news before Friday was that the White House had taken away control of who was in the room from the White House Press Association, and now they decide on their own. They've barred the Associated Press and Reuters from the room. Those are the two
Mhm.
wire services that provide information for two-thirds of the newspapers in the country.
Yep.
and they're not allowed in the room. But One American News is in the room. Russia TV was in the room.
That's insane.
But Zelensky didn't rise to any of that bait. Zelensky didn't
No, he did
rise
not.
to the bait until JD Vance called him out for something he hadn't even done. And even then, he didn't really rise to the bait. He rose just enough that they were able to fucking ambush him.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They pounced on him.
And nonsensically so. They
Oh,
didn't say a
got it.
single thing of real value.
No.
JD Vance because one of the things that Vance was making the impression that like the entire country was in ruins, blah blah blah, and Zelensky's like, no, it's not. We still have schools. We still have lots that we're proud of. We're fighting for something. How
Mm-hmm.
do you know? You've never been to my country. Come visit. We would like you to come visit. And
Mm-hmm.
Vance called it propaganda tours. Accused him of litigating in front of the American press.
Yep. Ah.
Meanwhile, Marco Rubio, the only guy among the Republicans in the room who seems to understand what real diplomacy and politics and like civility mean, looked like he wanted to sink into the couch.
Yeah, he looked like he wanted to crawl out of his skin.
We took 85 years of American diplomacy and we didn't even piss it down the toilet. We set it on fire.
Oh yeah. It's I don't
Why
even know what to
on earth?
say.
Why on earth, if you are any other country in the world right now, would you trust
Mhm.
America's word on anything?
No. Yeah, we're
And that's not just for the length of the Trump presidency. What do we have to do to get it back? What do we have to do to convince foreign leaders that we're not one election away from being this idiotic again?
exactly.
All of the power that America had cultivated in the last 85 years was lit on fire.
It's gone. Yeah. It's I yeah. I don't think we can come back from what's going
And
on.
JD Vance is sitting there grinning like the Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
And Trump's threatening World War III, but trying to make it sound like, well, it's your fault if it's World War III. It's your
On
fault
Zelensky.
because you
Yep.
let yourself get invaded,
Yep. Yep.
which never would have happened if I was president. Oh, that was the one other point, the one minor pushback, but I thought he did it really, really, really respectfully. You know, Zelensky was
Um
saying that a ceasefire wasn't good enough. That they'd had ceasefires with Russia, and Russia had broken them 25 times over the last 12 years.
yes.
And Trump is like, not during my presidency. And Zelensky's like, no, see, over the last 12 years, they broke the ceasefire under Obama. They broke the ceasefire when you were president. They broke the ceasefire when Biden was president. So why should we believe that they wouldn't break a ceasefire again now? It's not just a ceasefire. We need security.
Yeah. Well, let's get back. Let's get into comics, Ted.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
But
I'm right
I
there
think
with
it's
you.
important to acknowledge that, like, as much as I love comics and as much as they're my solace, there's shit going on in the world right now.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, friend
Hmm.
of the podcast, Chris Condon with Sean Coronero, has a one shot coming from Oni Press, The Goddamn Tragedy. A vicious and vengeful
Looks
account of
great.
one of the Old West darkest episodes from those who lived to tell it. In stores on May 28th.
All right. Mr. Terrific. It's a DC comic, Mr. Terrific year one, which is pretty cool that they're digging out the C-listers here. The secret
Well,
origin of
he's been pretty prominent since Strange Adventures.
yeah, yep.
Tom King used him there, and he's currently investigating what happened to Darkseid, that sort of thing. So he's been around. He's been around. I don't know if I'd call him a C-lister. He's at least a B-lister.
Okay, okay. This is from Al Letson and Valentine de Landro. The secret origin of Summer's breakout superhero, brilliant young inventor Michael Holt's life was destined for greatness, yet everything screeched to a halt when his wife Paula and unborn son were killed in a car accident. The Holts once shared ambitious dreams of using their technology to help others, but after the tragedy, Michael retreats from society and sells Holt Industries to a mysterious and craven tech billionaire Athena Prescott. The domino effect of Michael's actions set off an explosive chain of events that take a not so ordinary man from the depths of despair to the heights of heroism. This is going to be in shops May 28th.
Is you again?
Awesome. Tramps of the Apocalypse from Alice Darrow from Dark
Darrow.
Horse.
Yeah.
Darrow.
I
Okay.
wonder if she's related to Jeff Darrow.
Not
I
sure.
don't know.
The year is 2094 and men rule the world. So what has changed in 70 years, you ask? Following the 10-year Sidenafil Wars of 2053, Earth has become a barren wasteland. Factions of surviving men, led by Quest Ragnar, King of Males, has taken over the remnants of cities and towns across the globe, capturing and enslaving all women. Well, all women except for three super bimbos with unparalleled bloodlust and an unquenchable thirst for violence. This will be in shops May 7th.
I I uh I
Oh,
think
I'm
that
sorry. I'm
this
sorry. I said the wrong date. June 25th. June
just
25th.
just this should tell us that we should just throw men out of power right now and see if women can do it.
Right?
I bet you they can.
Oh, 100%. And better
I
and
feel like
better.
I feel like it's time to find out. Um, so uh, yeah, Vanishing Point from Mark Russell and Wando for issue one. In Screams, the captain of a mining ship goes on a 10-year solo mission to the Jupiter asteroid belt, where he makes a horrifying discovery. The brainchild of Mark Russell, Vanishing Point is an anthology series of short stories that are part science fiction and part existential horror. Uh, in stores on May 7th. Some graphic novels here. Dr. Worthless from Harold Schechter and Eric Powell. He studied murder and nearly killed the comics industry, reviled by comic book fans as a witch hunting zealot who stirred up a panic among the parents of America for his own self-promoting purposes. He was also a renowned psychiatrist who, among other accomplishes, opened a clinic in Harlem for disadvantaged African American patients and played an important role in the desegregation of the nation's schools.
Cool.
Biography of Dr. Wortham. I can't remember his first name, right? Frederick Wortham.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking forward to this since it was announced, and it will be in stores on July 1st.
All right. Dracula's Brunch Club from Brian Gosner and Keenan Gaba. Have you ever wondered how vampires got their taste for blood? In Dracula's Brunch Club, it all started with a crimson red donut dripping and oozing with spooky secrets. I mean, jelly. This is going to be from Oni Press on September 17th. Looks pretty cool. I like the coffin shaped donut box. That looks pretty cool.
All right. I actually read this one this
Did
morning.
you?
I read
Okay.
an advanced copy of it. Raymond
Mhm.
Chandler's Trouble Is My Business, an adaptation of an old Raymond Chandler short story, obviously, by Arvind Ethan David and Ilias Kyriazis. Los Angeles, 1930s. A rich old man who knows trouble when he sees it hires a detective agency to scare off a young woman who seems to be making his adopted son hemorrhage cash. Fortunately for the detective, a hard-drinking man named Philip Marlowe, trouble is his business. It was really fucking good. Very well
Cool.
done. Very
Yeah.
well done. Looking forward to this one.
All right. The terrific teacups just looked hilarious to me. I thought it looked funny.
Yeah.
This is from Rick Remender and Farrell Dalrymple. A fully painted original graphic novel chronicling the bedtime stories best-selling author Rick Remender told his children as they grew up in a dangerous world. Lovingly painted by Society of Illustrators Gold Medal Award winner and Russ Manning Award nominee Pharrell Dalrymple. This, guys, is going to be from Image Comics on July 30th.
All right. And I just confirmed Alice Darrow is um, Jeff Darrow's
Yeah.
daughter.
Daughter. Oh, okay.
Yeah. 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 So if people recognize the name and went, Darrow, comic books.
All right, let's get
Couple
to
of
some.
collections worth mentioning. Murder Kingdom from Fred Van Lente and Chris Panda. I'll be talking to Fred Van Lente again tomorrow morning. You must be this tall to die. Once upon a time, in a strange land called Florida, a masked psycho starts murdering cast members of the Storybook Kingdom theme park in ways identical to the gory original Grimm's fairy tales. So good.
Ted, I didn't want to interrupt you, but that one I believe was mine. Uh, to read the,
Ah, did
I
we?
believe, I think so. So
I thought I'd taken Murder Kingdom and you took String. Oh no, I took String and you took Murder Kingdom. Well, you get String now.
I get string. That's totally
Yeah,
cool. You're
yeah,
doing such a good job. I was like,
yeah.
that's cool. String, Paul Tobin and Carlos Javier Oliveras. Yoon Suk Namgung is a 25-year-old Korean American woman with the remarkable ability to see two types of strings connecting various people. The first is blue and stretches between sexual partners. The second, dark black, connects murderers and their victims. This is
This has
out
also been really good.
from Mad Cave, May 21st. Yeah, this is
See,
go ahead.
no, no, go ahead.
This is what I've been waiting for is the trade because I haven't been reading it in issues.
See, what happened was I thought I had picked the Murder Kingdom because Fred was coming on tomorrow,
Hmm.
and I knew I'd be talking to him and you'd be working because I have the day off for Casimir Pulaski, and apparently they don't care about Casimir Pulaski in Minnesota.
I have to be honest, I am not sure who Casimir Pulaski is.
He's a Polish hero that was helpful in winning the Revolutionary War.
Okay.
Um, I think I'd have to check to make certain. I have to look him up almost every time.
Okay.
But about half the schools in Chicagoland get the day off. Um,
Okay. Oh.
Kelly doesn't have it off either.
Hmm.
Um, but so when I saw that when I was pulling up all the tabs and saw that string had been picked out too, I went, "Damn it! I was hoping to do that next week." So that's why I thought that they were flipped, but no, it was for whatever reason I hadn't picked it because um, he's the father of the American cavalry, Polish
Oh,
nobleman, soldier, and military commander
hmm. Interesting.
who uh, following a recommendation by Benjamin Franklin traveled to North America to help the American Revolutionary War. Distinguished himself through the Revolution, most notably when he saved the life of George Washington.
Hmm.
He's a general in the Continental Army and reformed the American cavalry as a whole.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
That's cool.
and died in the war. So he got honorary U.S. citizenship. It looks like posthumously.
Okay. Hmm. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's who Casimir Pulaski is.
All right.
Places that have
Interesting.
Polish populations tend to celebrate
Yeah.
his day more than places that don't.
Right. We have a large Scandinavian population here, not a very
So if he'd
large
been
Polish.
Norwegian or Swedish,
Yep. Yeah. Danish. We'd even let the
right,
Danes in. Yeah.
right. Uh, so some final order cutoff. The collection of the Horizon Experiment, the comics anthology that puts a new spin on popular genres and pop culture icons, curated by Pornsak Pichetshote, who has been on a couple of times to talk about it and might come back again ahead of this whole collection. We're talking about it.
hmm
Is on final order cutoff a week from tomorrow, or March 10th for those who aren't listening as soon as it comes out. I Was a
Yep.
Fashion School Serial Killer #1 from Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard. Rennie Bethany has just accepted into New York City's most prestigious fashion school. Her designs are
hmm
daring, edgy, and singular, and made of human flesh. That'll be in stores May 2nd. Again, FOC on the 10th. Pastime from Joe Harrison, Russell Olson. Henry Hayes could have been the best baseball player anybody ever saw if only his dark affliction didn't prevent him from playing in the daylight. But when a barnstorming circuit introduces a new novelty to the game, night baseball under the bright lights, will his dreams of playing pro ball finally be realized? Or will his bloody past catch up with him before he gets the chance? In stores on April 2nd. And finally, Plague House from Michael Conrad and Dave Chisholm. Houses aren't the only thing that are haunted. This spring, begin a deep and disturbing excursion into 21st century horror with a new kind of tale that will rebuild the four walls of the American ghost story from the foundation up. Also in stores, April 2nd. That one from Oni. Some crowdfunding. We have Boy Like Me, Born a Girl. Peyton Honeycutt meets Tara Parks in the 8th grade bathroom shortly after he gets his first period. It is the best and worst day of his life. I uh,
Mm.
I read most of it before I talked to Jenny Wood on Monday night, and finished it after I talked to Jenny Wood on Monday night. It is
hmm
fantastic. You should back it. You should go listen to my conversation with Jenny Wood, though we might have gone off on threads of existential dread.
Yes, a little bit. I
You
I
listen
just
to
posted
it.
it. Uh, so it got posted yesterday or today. Um,
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's really great because, like I've talked about on this show before, I have a part in our local theater troupe's upcoming spring play, and the my co um actor that acts against me in a lot of the plays is a trans male individual, and so he and I have gotten to be really good friends, and it's just really
This
I
is a
don't
really
know
good book.
exactly.
Really good book.
Yeah,
Very good book.
cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
Stink
have to definitely
City of
pick.
Killers, crime
Hmm
horror graphic novel, and Plush, new 200 plus page volume of the hit crime thriller, collects Dig #1 and Sink 11 to 15 in limited edition hardcover, and a Mr. Dig plush is available. This is already fully funded, but you can back it for the next 12 days on Kickstarter.
hmm
Trombone Man, Ska's Fallen Genius, a Jamaican jazz odyssey, the true tragic story of Scottites trombonist Don Drummond. This has still got about 16 grand to go with 19 days. So if a comic about a ska trombonist intrigues you as much as it does me, hit Kickstarter, pay some stuff, get it over the line, because then I will be able to read it.
Yeah, it looks great. I mean, I played trombone in high school band, not ska, of course, but
Right.
so I do have an affinity for the trombone.
I mean, I've got some experience with ska, but what I really enjoyed, I had friends who used to host open mic. Well, not even like an open mic because yeah, you could come sing, but like it was a blues jam night. So if you thought you were good enough
Hmm.
to join the house band or tap out a member of the house band, and they weren't slouches, um, you could get up and they'd let you join in. They wouldn't necessarily let you stick around long if you weren't keeping up. I mean, they were nice about it, but like when you've got serious musicians, eh, even though it was a college town, it wasn't like where you could go and drunkenly play.
Yes, I
But
get.
NI
Yeah, totally.
but NIU has a good music department,
Okay.
and their horn section started showing up every week.
Nice.
And they just loved it because they were pulling out old soul stuff or whatever and getting the horn section joining in, giving them all solos. I mean, when you got a serious blues band and a horn section that knows what it's doing, riffing off of each other on old Muddy Waters or Ray Charles or whatnot stuff. Oh my God, is it beautiful? But
Hmm.
there were a few really, really fantastic trombonists that were regulars at that.
That's
So
awesome.
that's what attracts me to the idea.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that music and comics are two of my passions. And then Zombie Date Night too from former guest Steve Urena, who I really should reach out to again because we got 43 days to go, so there's time. A zombie romance comedy sequel, a second date you won't forget. And I do think that you still can, or you can, if you miss Zombie Romance Date or Zombie Date Night one, that you can get the first Zombie Date Night as one of in one of the reward tiers.
Yeah. I want the t-shirt. That looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, the T-shirt does look pretty sweet.
I would totally wear that.
Yeah,
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 definitely get out there and back zombie date night.
yeah, yeah,
That one's going till April 15th, right?
yeah. So how crazy is it that I had to go 9 books this week? You have 3 books, and only one of them I even read, much less have among my 9. So we can say that there are at least 11 fantastic books this week, and I will actually say at least 14 because there are
Oh
two
yeah.
from my honorable mentions that I did read and wish I could have fit
Put
in.
on your list, right?
And there are a
Yeah.
few more that I didn't even manage to read. It
Oh,
was a
really?
crazy good week in comics this week.
Well,
So what'd you
what
love, Tyler?
oh man, Black Hammer number 4, Spiral City, excuse me, Black Hammer Spiral City. I better update this. Number
Yeah,
4,
it's good.
was gritty. It was dark. It was like, if you remember, last issue, Inspector Insector got his butt kicked. Um, anyway, he was rescued in this issue, um, and kind of told this really uh, interesting story of the Mad King. Um, yeah, it was really cool. I love what Teddy Christensen's doing with the art, where the characters who are a little out of focus, you can't see their
Yeah.
faces, and then till they come closer, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's what they look like. He did a really good job of that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has got Juan Ferreira. I'm gonna see if I can't pronounce this. Ferreira.
For Ferreira? Ferreira? Yeah. Not
Ferreira.
certain.
Okay, his artwork is so dark and gritty for a Ninja Turtles book. This is the second issue he's been on, and it's
Yeah,
just,
he's the new regular. I'm
yep,
looking
it's
forward to.
great. It takes the poppiness and cuteness out of the Ninja Turtles, which is what I like. I like the dark, gritty Batman, over the poppy Batman, and I'm really enjoying what is Jason Aaron is doing with the Turtles right now.
Yeah.
Donatello's losing his effing mind.
I
Um,
fell behind. I read the first 3 and I haven't gotten to any of the ones since then. but I've got them all on my iPad ready to catch up. So I'm hoping to sometime soon. There's just
Yeah.
so many good books, and I've given us so many goddamn book clubs. And I don't mean goddamn book clubs. The book clubs are actually part of what's keeping me sane in weeks like this. And if you don't know what I mean by weeks like this, go back and listen to the first 5 minutes of this episode.
True. And then my
Uh,
last pick, my number three was X-Men number 12. The regular X-Men. I know there's like a million X-Men titles right
right.
now. But this is the Jed McKay book with Netho Diaz as the art, and it's just stellar. Since you've got so many books, let's jump over to you. What do you
I mean, the
got?
first thing I'm going to say is all of my top six books at
Yeah.
one point or another this week was in the top spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
They've
still
all
not
got moved
comfortable with
down.
the order.
You were
No,
just like you just
no.
kept moving them down.
I mean, some they got like they got put in the top spot when I read them and they got moved down. But like the first one I read was is currently number three. So it's not just they got moved down because other ones got put in. It's that I'm still not actually comfortable with the order. I could put any one of these in the top spot. I
Okay.
mean, in some ways, I thought about just having three books and having it be all six of these in the number one spot, and then Black Hammer number four and Absolute Wonder Woman number five in the 2, 3 spots. Because among other things, I hate that those are in the 8 or 7, 8 spots.
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand that.
But then
They're
I
too
got
good
to
of
Murder
books. Yeah.
Kingdom, and I'm like, I can't leave Murder Kingdom off the list. But now I have three that definitely aren't the number one, and
Oh,
six that could be number one. So
uh,
FML continues to be just a fantastic, amazing story of uh, teenage drama and parental angst
yeah.
and music and magic and yeah, just it's fucking great.
Hmm. It
It's
does stand
fucking
for it does stand for fuck
great.
my life, right?
I'm pretty certain.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think they've explicitly said that, but I
No.
can't remember. I will be rereading the whole thing again. I haven't had time yet because there were so many other good books, among others. And I actually was downtown at Howling Pages yesterday, so I got to see some of the original art. Not a lot of the original art because they had their gallery exhibit and sale on Friday night and sold most of the pages from this. Uh, Godzilla versus Chicago from Tim Seeley, Mike Costa, Ryan Brown, Carolyn Cash, and Ezra Clayton Daniels. Fuck, man. I didn't know I liked Godzilla until recently. And
Hmm.
and and like the two things that I like Godzilla in, it's like it's more I like Godzilla as he's like one part MacGuffin, one part mountain to climb, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's not like the character of Godzilla, it's the challenge of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Um, but the four stories here, aside from being, the city that I love, um, uh, had so much heart, um, so much humor, such human emotions. There was a love story. Carolyn Cash accidentally dropped Godzilla into Indiana. We'll let them worry about it.
Right?
Um,
Not our problem.
right, right. So yeah, Star Trek Defiant number 24. This was the third issue of um Worf's son Alexander going through the war. I don't know how to pronounce my Klingon.
Right.
Um, I think it's Kur. Rights to regain his honor that he'd lost on the Day of Blood. Um, and and like put two words into a sentence that I didn't expect to put into a sentence. Klingon and compassion, compassionate Klingon, just
I
made me
like
a
the
little weepy. Maybe a
I
little
like
weepy.
I like the episodes of Big Bang when they play Klingon Boggle.
Yep, 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 yep. Made me a little weepy. Um,
Okay.
Iron Man #5 from Spencer Ackerman and Javier Pina was a tour de force. It was a whole issue fight
Hmm.
led primarily by Riri Williams, her Ironheart, like just throwing down and taking names and shutting down. uh I forget what they call it in the books, but the fictional version of the very real, very off the books Chicago Police Department. And we've discovered recently um federal borrowed uh black site for detaining and questioning prisoners that we don't want to admit that we're talking to,
Right.
and we want to keep from their lawyers. um but yeah, it was amazing. Green Arrow #21 from Chris Condon and Montos. uh, it's another one that like uh, yeah, I many of these I have enough connections with the writers that or writers, sometimes artists, that I was able to reach out to them and just go like, wow, or you did this or whatever. And this was another one where that was required, as was Black Canary, Best of the Best #4, Tom King and Ryan Sook. This was the fourth issue of essentially all fight with a little bit of thrown in backstory, but like um but actually I need to say Tom King, Ryan Sook, and Clayton Coles, because my God, did Sook and Coles do some heavy lifting. You could feel and hear and just ache with every punch in this book.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it was mm, anybody not reading Black Canary Best of the Best, either try to get the first four issues or wait or be all over the collection when it comes out, because oh my God, is it good. Black Hammer Spiral City #4, Tyler
Hmm.
talked about. Absolute Wonder Woman #5. I would be going nuts about how good this was as like my second book in most weeks. And right now, I'm just too exhausted to give it the energy that I want to give it. It was
Hmm.
amazing. And another one where love conquers. And I love that message, particularly when it's done in a non cheesy way.
Right.
And Murder Kingdom in the strange land of Florida. Uh,
Can't
yeah.
wait to be. I'm gonna wait Murder Kingdom when that trade comes out.
Yeah. Long Cold Winter and Ripperland were also amazing.
Hmm.
Ripperland, the future UK that has turned itself into a Victorian theme park for American tourists. So yeah, yeah. That's why
Cool.
I only managed to read two chapters of One Piece this week, but they were really,
What?
really good chapters. We meet
Hmm.
Luffy's grandpa, and we
Yeah.
we discover that we'd already met his dad, and they're both really impressive people. So it turns out that his lineage is kind of ridiculous.
It is. And like that's what I love. I love getting backstory on characters in this. And so that was really cool.
Yeah,
Um
yeah. Art was still great.
Always. Can you
Art was still
imagine
great.
having to do this? I don't know how often does it actually come out. Um
Weekly.
it comes out weekly.
Yeah.
Um
I mean,
so
there's a
can,
team.
okay.
So I mean, I mean, the way I understand it with manga, it's not even like the U.S. and um like penciler, inker, or whatnot. It's like uh the credited mangaka will generally do the pencils for the layout and more detailed for important parts,
Okay.
whatnot. And then like his assistants are not only doing inking, but they're often doing backgrounds. They're also often filling in details of costume. I mean, every team works differently, but I've seen a couple of things on how they work, and it's a
It's a
because of the speed
process.
that they have to come out, there's
Yeah.
a different process than we're used to thinking about. At some point, I'd love to talk to somebody who's been involved in it to understand better how
I guess
they do it.
from the sound of it, it sounds a lot less, uh, I don't know, heartfelt, I guess, because, everyone's got a, part in the machine to do. And it just feels like it's just, we got to just churn this out. Um,
I mean, there's elements of that. I mean, but that's true in American comics too. It's just different divisions of labor, different ways that it's done. I mean, we always forget that yes, this is art and it's often high art and whatnot, but it's also a job.
yeah.
So there's equal parts pure creativity and artisticness, and get it done on time and good enough, and get the next assignment because I don't just need to pay rent this week, I need to pay it next week.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. They do need to, you're right. I just, I'm just so, I don't know.
No, I
I'm
like to
all
bring
about the
that. And I am too, but I like to bring that up because, like, so often, I think we
it's easy
hold
to,
we
it's easy to
hold our
forget.
artists to like some sort of ridiculous standard that won't allow most of them to live at all, much less with any level of comfort.
Yeah. If they did the work that we think they should do for whatever issue, you're right. It would just take so long. And
And it should cost $10 or $20 per 20-page comic.
Mhm. Yeah.
We complain when it's five.
Mhm.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, that's true. Had to buy some $5 comics this week.
right. Your $5 comic represents about 200 hours of work for the artist, like minimum.
Yeah.
Just for whoever the main layout artist is.
Yeah.
That's not including inker. There aren't separate inkers as often anymore because of digital, but that doesn't include the time that the color is spent on it. The letterer
Yeah.
probably spent at least 8 hours on it.
Hmm.
Most letterers pace themselves at roughly a book a day, and most letterers do not work 40-hour work weeks.
No, they get
Whereas
burnt out. The carpal tunnel.
it's more likely to be more than 8 hours than less for most of the books that they do.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a lot that goes into our comics.
Yeah.
Um, you
And
know,
and just by the very nature, manga has a little bit less going on. I mean, for the most part, it's not colored.
nope.
Um, and so,
They
yeah,
generally will. I mean, again, the way I understand the industry, we need to reach out to like a Deb Aoki or somebody who really understands the industry because I'd love to get to know it better. Um, for the most part, they're working a month or two ahead with their stories. Like, so if they fall behind, maybe there'll be a week where there's not a One Piece, or, it's not impossible to take a vacation, etc. But like, it also means you don't get paid. And if you don't get paid, your team doesn't get paid.
yeah,
Because for the most part, most of the time you're paying your assistants, not, um, and like when we see color manga, it's because they picked it out as as like the showcase story of,
Something special. Yeah.
well, not, no, it's still, I'm pretty certain that there's one color story in every weekly Shonen
Shonen
Jump,
Jump.
or there are other ones. I don't remember them all, but like, I mean, again, we forget that in Japan they come out weekly in like phone book anthologies.
Yep.
So it's like 10 or 15 to 20 page stories that you get all at once that are all chapters of some bigger story. And like one of those chapters in each week will be colored, but they picked that a month ago, and that's why the colors are often really good, because the color might be the only guy that really has time to work
You're right.
on it.
But yes,
So
let's
yeah.
work on that. Let's get a manga person
Yeah,
in
that's
the
that's something to
industry.
look into. Definitely
Yeah.
something to look into. And I need to binge some more manga splaining with Chip Zdarsky and company, just
Yes.
because I know that I could learn more from there too. But let's talk the final volume, at least for now, of
Hmm.
Astro City. Metrobook 6, Kurt Busiek, Brent Anderson, and Alex Ross. Assisted this time by Ron Randall, Carmen Carnero, Mike Norton, Matthew Clark, Rick Leonardi, Sean Parsons, Andy Parks, Peter Pantazis, and letters by Comic Craft. What'd you think?
I really liked it because, like I
I
said,
did.
about getting backstory, as far as
Yeah.
Broken Man. So that was really cool. Um, um,
There were essentially 12 stories.
yep.
It was actually, I think it was 18 chapters, but there was one, two, three, four two-part stories and a three-part story.
Hmm.
Um, do you want to comment on each one of them? Do you want to talk about favorites? How should we do this? Because I definitely think that there are some specific ones worth calling out.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it that way
Okay.
where we kind of hit on what we like as far
All
as
right.
each issue.
You want to
Um,
go? You want to go each one of them?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay. Then let's start with what did I do on my vacation versus the other side of the story, where the first the first half is told from the position, or the point of view of the grandson of the first Jack in the Box, the son
Yes.
of the second Jack in the Box, and because the second Jack in the Box passed off the mantle when his son was born,
Hmm.
he's not the third Jack in the Box, might not ever be a Jack in the Box. In fact, like, we get a little bit of backstory, where he kind of tried to be a superhero and it failed miserably.
Yes.
um, but they're doing like an archaeological dig to find out more about what exactly happened to Grandpa.
I
Um,
love it. I
and then
love.
and then the flip side is, just as they start finding things,
Hmm.
the granddaughter of, um, I forget the name of the villain. Do you remember the name of the villain?
No. Shoot. I'm looking.
And I'll open my book, man. I remember what he looks like.
Yeah, I do. And that's exactly right. I'm like, no, I don't know his name.
Blah, 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 blah. Granddaughter of the villain that like died with Jack in the Box, and she thought had killed Jack in the Box.
Hmm.
Um, da, da, da,
Issue 35.
Mr. Drama. Mr. Drama.
Okay. Yes,
Granddaughter of
that's what he.
Mr. Drama. Right.
Yep.
Um, so we get like her backstory and how like it had wrecked her mom, and her mom had like essentially like she'd spent her whole life wanting to get even with Jack in the Box. But then when it ends, it turns out that they've got like video footage.
Hmm.
And I mean, this is the one story from this that makes me hope that they do more Astro City, because it's the one story from this that I would like to see continued. I mean, she's left in a coma after the son saved her life, and he says he's going to be pre-med, but he's already thinking like there's more to save than just like her being able to breathe. She's got all of this pain, all of this, her whole worldview just got wrecked.
Hmm.
She's clearly not without abilities.
Yeah.
um, so yeah, of all of the stories, this was the one that I most wanted to see. Uh, like, I hope that they'll do more Astro City someday, and they'll revisit those two characters, specifically the grandkids. Um,
That would be really sweet. Just because I don't want it to be over. I mean, as Kurt said, that this
I don't
is
think so.
okay.
I don't think so. This is just the end of what exists now. I mean, he's taken breaks from it before.
Okay.
I mean,
This
it's
is
been going
just
on for a
like,
long time. It's had three separate volumes, plus miniseries, plus, yeah.
yeah. In this one covers volume 3,
Yeah, this is
issues
all issue. Volume three
35.
was actually the most issues.
I know it was a ton.
Um, Volume three had 52 issues, but I think overall it's
This
only
particular
this
Metrobook covers
had
issues
18 issues,
35. Yep. Yep.
35 to 52. But let me find the Wikipedia for it.
There she be.
So, yeah, yeah.
This is one of those series that I would like to collect in more forms than just these Metro
Yeah,
books, you
yeah.
know?
I
Um,
actually have a lot of the single issues.
you
I
do?
don't have as many of the trades. But yeah,
Okay.
no, there were six issues in volume one. Volume two, there were 22, but then there was the Astro City Local Heroes miniseries, the Astro City Special Supersonic, the Astro City Dark Age, Volume 1 and Volume 2 and Volume 3 and Volume 4,
Yep.
Astro City Silver, and all four of those were four-issue series. Astro City Silver Agent was a two-issue series. Astro City Beauty was a one-shot, and then they started Astro City Volume 3, which was 52 more issues. Um, so, the first issue of Astro City came out in 1995,
I was gonna say mid 90s. That's what I was thinking in my head.
and the last, I mean, the last issue came out in, I think, 2018.
Yeah.
Because 2022 is when the Metro books started.
Yep. Yep.
And this is what I'll be getting, or hope to get, starting. They announced in 2023, but I think the first one comes out this year. The
Okay.
hardcover Opus editions. So it's
Mm.
hardcovers, and the first one has Volume 1, 1 to 6, Volume 2, 1 half, and 1 to 22, the 3D special, Local Heroes 1 to 5, the Astro City special number 1, the Visitor's Guide, and portions of 9/11 World's Finest comic book writers and artists tell stories to remember World War
Okay.
II. So I think the Opus edition is going to be 3 volumes based on how much is in that.
Okay. It's
That
gonna be
would be my
pretty.
guess. It's going to be 2 or 3 volumes, but I would guess three. But like, that's what I want, is the three hardcovers. Um,
Hmm.
I can see myself. getting all the paperbacks too, just because they're easier to read.
Hmm.
Um, but they don't look as good on the bookshelf, and they sometimes it's fun to just take out the big hardcover. I think
Yeah,
some of
it
it is
is.
going to depend. I don't know if they've said how, like, what the dimensions of hardcover will be. If it's closer to like the Saga and um, Sex Criminals and whatnot size hardcovers,
Yep.
then I'm even more likely to buy it. If it's absolute size, I'm all over
Right.
it
Yeah.
because I like the big ones. Like,
Yeah. The where you can lay them on your lap or on the
mhm.
floor and
Well, and where like you can really see everything,
yep.
you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of love that we're doing smaller and smaller ones too, because it's great to have stuff that's easy to carry around. But like some of this stuff, the best way to enjoy it is the biggest you can find it.
Hmm. And I think with these Astro City Metro books, that's the way to do it because they look so beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
Mike Norton's art and Alex Ross's art is just insane.
yeah. Brent Anderson does most of the interiors. But yeah, no. So this was fun. This town, Hot Time in the Old Town, both kind of musical stories that were pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah.
I
I,
loved the part. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I was
Okay.
just gonna say, yeah, I agree with you. The music stories were really cool.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
uh,
I don't know that I have much comment beyond that. They were just cool. They were fun.
exactly. That's why I said
Yeah.
you can go on.
Yeah.
'Cause I was
Yeah.
just gonna reiterate what you said.
The party of the first slash the party of the second
Yeah.
part, that was like the cosmic superhero that needs a lawyer and the lawyer that manages to save the universe was just so fucking cool.
Right. Yes.
That's the type of stuff that is why I love Astro City. Love Astro City.
Yeah.
That there were three, no, there are four stories in this that like really stood out to me as my favorites, and that was the first of them.
Hmm.
Um, just so good. Um, Sky is the limit. I can't even. I'm trying to remember which one Sky is the limit is.
I don't remember either.
I mean, I'm
I've read
certain it
the
was good, but it clearly
there was
didn't like
so
stick out to
I'm
me the
sorry,
same way.
but there was so much in this that I'm
Yeah.
kind of oh my God.
Let's
Um
see. I'm almost to it. Oh, Sky is the limit is the like starts out with the orbital airship. So it's all about that remembering that pilot guy
oh yeah.
and the
Yep.
guy making like trying to make like the Iron Man suit
Hmm.
and whatnot. Um, it was fun.
Hmm.
It was another. I mean, again, I hate making it sound like it wasn't great. It was great, but um, it was like an average Astro City story rather than an amazing Astro City story. And the average Astro City story is like essential in so many ways because it's the stuff. I mean, you can see how much comics in general have been inspired by Astro City
Hmm.
since 1995 because we see
Hmm.
more of this stuff in just normal superhero comics than we used to. But like
Yeah.
the different ways that we look at the Astro City looks at superhero stories, whether it's the more human side of the superhero or the person on the ground that's involved in it, or the person on the ground that the superhero needs help from.
Yep.
Um, Whatnot, which leads us to the Deep Blue Sea, which is another one of my favorites. It's essentially like a Black Manta type character that
Yes.
gets stranded on an island with all of his stuff broken, spends the next 20 years trying to put it together, goes back for one battle, actually winds up being more of the hero than the villain, but also deciding, no, I like my desert.
Mm.
Just thought I thought that was the most hilarious way to end it, to have him like go back to the island. And what was the last line? He was thinking about all the things he was going to do. He was going to expand the treehouse some more, this, that, and the other thing. I also love the shot of him where he was naked, except for the plate across his genitals. Do you remember that page?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Just enjoying, a nice meal on his balcony. But like you get to the end, he could barely talk because it's been so long since he talked. But like he's back on his folding chair, this time covered up by an actual like blanket and a pineapple. And it's like I make a new list in my head. Repairs that need to be done to the house. Some of it's in terrible condition. A new wing, underwater refrigeration, a wind-driven power plant. Maybe I'll write my memoirs. I need better ink for that and bleach papers. Lots to do, lots to do. Maybe practice talking. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, exactly.
So,
Um,
like, just
it's crazy.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one, my dad, where essentially, like, as we get through it, we discover that like this little girl is actually the super powerful one, except that she doesn't completely realize it. Instead, she conjures a superhero dad that
Hmm.
comes and saves her or does stuff. So it's like
And
Jean Grey, if Jean Grey never figured out that she was the one with the power.
that's true.
I mean,
Uh,
they even try to kind of tell her at one point, and it's like, no, no, that's not, we're not doing it that way. Um,
the cat who walked through walls was really fun.
oh,
Uh,
it was adorable.
because we
Adorable.
had
It really sets up not the next arc, but the one after that.
hmm
Uh, but yeah, you got your two heroes. Um, and one of them is noticing that, hey, this cat is, it was like, no, the cat does not have powers. And stop calling her that.
what did they call her? Kitty Hawk?
Kitty Hawk.
Yep.
Kitty Hawk.
I liked it because this was very mysterious and there's
Hmm.
murder and there's a feline adventure. So we got a
Yeah,
cat that was the lead character.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was cool. It was just really
It was
cool.
I love a good cat. And then there was the dog too.
Hmm.
But
What
she
I
hisses
like,
at the dog.
yeah, what I like about Astro City books is that for every arc, we could be doing something completely different, right?
Well, and like they
Like, and
take
it's about
seriously even the
Astros. It's about
most.
this. It's about the world, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, and they take seriously and examine reverently even the most silly things in, because you know that this is about like crypto and other various super pets
Yeah.
is what
Yep.
inspired this. Um, and then our next arc is that changes Day the Music Died, which we get our shade type character, Bowie type character.
Yeah.
Um, and then really another interesting music story where it turns out that like one person has been multiple people through history, but as soon as they figure it out, they change into the next person and they forget again.
Mhm.
Um,
What did you think about the Who's a Good Dog and then Dog Days,
that
or
was
what's
where I
that?
was going to go next. And then they
Okay.
clearly weren't done with Super Pets
Yeah,
because
I was just gonna say.
the next arc is the Who's a Good Dog Days, and I loved it. I loved it because how many times have people said that they were saved by their pets
Oh, so
or that
many.
their
Yeah.
pets helped anchor them or whatever. And
Right.
that's what happens here. I mean, yes, you've got the merging, so he becomes the dog man, but like
It's
it's a
funny you said
criminal
Dog
that
Man.
the dog makes good. Yeah, and this comes after Dog Man, so I wonder if there was an element to that.
Oh yeah, of Dave
Because I've
Pilkey's
heard
book.
more than one superhero writer go, most famous or the most beloved animal in the nation is a dog.
Right.
And we have Batman, we have Spider-Man, we have Catwoman. How did it take Dav Pilkey to say, "Hey, let's make a dog man"?
Yeah, exactly. So my daughter is making her way through those graphic novels right now
Yeah,
because she's just learning how to read. So these are great, right? Dav's books are
yeah.
great for reading level at her level. And um yeah, I I think this is
This is actually
like
the other story that I would really like to see more of.
hmm
Um,
I agree.
because between the fact that it also ends with him having to say goodbye to
Hmm.
Hank,
Yep.
but also having graduated college and gotten married and discovered that he doesn't lose the powers just because Hank is gone. He just has the opportunity to merge with another. Um, like I feel like there's more story here to be told.
Correct.
As
Yep.
as
I
great as
agree.
this one, but like there are two arcs in this where I really want more. I adored this next one, the Resistance one. Um,
Yes.
is so precocious too, because I mean, again, I'm pretty certain this was in like 2018.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I guess it was post the beginning of Trump, but it was pre George Floyd.
True. Yeah, I mean that was before
I mean, there were
his
lots of, I
race
mean,
riots.
there were lots. I mean, remember, there was a massive protest on Inauguration Day in 2017. So it's not
Yep.
like things hadn't started. And things had never really, I mean, you've had Standing Rock and you've had all sorts of things, but you know, Busek and company really ahead of the curve here. And I just I mean kind of like I mentioned with the Absolute Wonder Woman and like Love Overcoming. Um, you know, that's essentially, you know, a guy created a thing that he made airborne that like if you're fighting with love for justice, it can feed and turn you into a defensive only superpower.
Yes. Yep.
Uh, it's just so beautiful.
Hmm.
Uh, and then the last story I think tells you that they don't know if they're doing more. Because
Exactly. That's exactly
if
what I thought.
if you were going to end Astro City, it would be hard to end it better than this.
Correct.
They took their most famous story and arguably their best story, which is what the freaking Wizard One Half story, which tells you exactly how good these guys are. Arguably, the best story they've ever written was a preview story that you got free with your copy of Wizard.
I miss Wizard.
I do
Uh,
too. Um, and they did a three-issue follow-up. A
hmm.
three-issue follow-up where you see what he does with not forgetting the wife that he never had. I mean, for those who don't remember when we talked about the first Astro City Metrobook, that was, and I can't remember the name of the story right now, but that was the story where the man kept dreaming of a woman and he didn't know why or how, but it felt so real. And at the end of it, the um, hanged man revealed to him that in one of the great superhero battles that had involved time, um, things had been changed just enough that the wife that he'd had never been born because her
Mm,
grandparents had never
yep.
met.
Yep.
And
I
and the hangman gave him the option. If you don't want to remember, I can take those memories away. And he chose to keep them. And he turned them into doing this support group and like it kind of ends with, and this is sometimes a problem with groups is that like everybody's pain is different. So it's easy to decide that your pain is more
Harder than someone
powerful
else's.
or harder than somebody else's pain. So like it
Yep.
comes
It's
to this
relative.
head
I mean,
where this woman whose pain is newer and fresher and where she lost a son that in her mind was a real son, whereas you didn't really lose anything because she was never there. Um, kind of tests the group some.
hmm
Um, but I love the way it's
it,
resolved when they actually come back and talk to him.
yep. I
And
mean, it comes full circle from the beginning of Astro City back to this, you know.
right, well, but specifically where they come back and they talk to him and he tells them about it, and I'm trying to find the exact because it's one of the best speeches I've read in comics, period. Certainly one of the best in Astro City, which, as much as I love it, I won't necessarily go nuts over it having like quotable dialogue. It's very realistic dialogue, but not like, oh, I want to put that up on my wall as words to live by. Um, but at the end, when he's talking to them and they ask, there's the guy that asks, like, why not let the hangman erase it all? And he says, would you? I get it, Albert.
Yeah.
We're all here because we're carrying a weight. We all wish we didn't have to carry it. The torment, the pain, you'd forget that. I think we all would. But the
hmm
rest, your roommate, Albert, Pete, if you could forget his death, but to do so, you would have to forget him entirely. To forget a friend, a sister, a parent, it's not
I
so
don't
easy to choose that.
I don't know if any of us would do that without serious contemplation first, you know. Because
I don't
it's
think I'd
not
do it. I think I'd always take the pain over not knowing that somebody, I mean, I think the mere fact that it's painful to lose them means that
yeah,
there's memories that I wouldn't give up.
that you want. Yes, you got to hold on to it. Yep.
I think it
Ah,
would be, I mean, even if I didn't, I mean, you can make the argument, oh, but you wouldn't know that you'd forgotten. It's like, sure, but what lessons would
yeah.
I wind up I mean, because I mean, just to, some battle changed by a day. I mean, the whole way that that came up to begin with was some battle, historic battle had changed by a day and had made it so her grandparents didn't meet.
Yes.
So, what other parts of you would change
Lots. I
if
mean,
you forgot? I mean, even if it wasn't a life that you'd had,
yeah.
what other parts of you would change if you suddenly forgot all
Because
of this stuff that had
we don't,
shaped your behavior? He never would have made the support group.
yes,
So
we
by
don't know.
forgetting her, he would take that away from all of them.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, um,
Well,
we're made
I,
by our experiences. Yeah, I got
yep.
about an hour and a half until I got to do another book club, and you're looking
I was just
tired
gonna
too.
say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I need to move on so I can get to my other things this evening. But
So let's talk some stuff
what
we
do you
hope will
hope
be
will be
spectacular.
spectacular?
I got Living Hell. It's actually kind of a light week, first of
hmm
all, which is surprising because it's like the
Yes.
first week in March, but I think March is a 5 week month. So
Which is
I think that rather than having a light fifth week, we're getting a light first week.
which is fine when
Right,
because last week was so heavy I couldn't
right,
afford all my books. So there's books
right,
in my box that I
right,
gotta buy yet.
right. So Living Hell number 4 from Caitlin Yarsky. I'm loving this story.
Yeah.
Usagi Yojimbo, 10,000 Plums, number 1. At some point, we got to do a deep Usagi dive just because we both love Usagi and we haven't given him enough love.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah. Galaxy of Madness, number 7 from Magdalene Visaggio and Victor Santos from Mad Cave. Also on my radar is definitely Birds of Prey number 19. Um, I don't have
Monkey
Cruel
Meat's
Kingdom is the
coming back.
EC. Yeah, Monkey Meat's coming back next week. Some more Nice House by the Sea. Some more Moon Man, Tin Can Society.
Very
So yeah.
cool.
How about you, Tyler?
I, well, like you said, it seems like a light week. I was struggling to find stuff that um looked really interesting,
Hmm?
but I have been loving Wolverine, so I thought I would put that on my list first. Saladin Ahmed and Martin Coccolo from Marvel. Cruel Kingdom #3 comes out from Karina Becko and Christopher Cantwell and art by Cano from EC Oni.
Oh, that's right.
And
Cantwell's got a story in that.
yep.
Nice.
And then, like Tad said, Usagi Yojimbo with 10,000 Plums #1 from Stan Sakai at Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Cool,
So
cool.
many good comics, not enough hours.
I know. That's exactly
So
the problem. My stack, what I don't read for this show, is just piling up,
yeah.
So
Why do you think I made so many book clubs?
I
It
know.
forces me to read so much.
I
And
know.
I'm good with that. I like
I-
that.
I'm waiting for that period in my life where I am where I have free time. You know what I mean?
What's that?
I know. What's free time? Oh well. All right. Well, we both got to get going.
So for next week, we're doing Monstrous Book One, right?
Yeah.
From
Yep. That's what I
from
wrote down.
so 18 issues because we're doing book one, not volume one. Um, from what's that? I wanted from Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. So good stuff.
So hold on 1 second. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to read the right one. Monstrous. Because you
Monstrous,
see,
Marjorie Liu, Sana Takeda, book one,
whoa.
not volume one.
Okay.
They're both on. You've got the Global Comics app, right?
Yeah. Yep.
They're on Global Comics,
Okay.
so
Perfect.
you can read them there.
Okay. I'm on it.
All righty. I
Cool.
will see you next week, Tyler.
Sounds good. All right,
Anybody
everybody.
listening to this should know that they should absolutely listen to the debut episode of the Joy, Resistance, Hope,
Hope.
and
Yep.
Survival book club and support group with Psychocomicology starting tonight. We'll be reading Marie Van Lieshout's outstanding Song of the Blackbird and hopefully not crying. And if we do cry, hopefully at least feeling better at the end of it than we felt at the beginning of it. Because
Right.
God, do I need the support group this week. I think
Well,
we'll
I
kind
was
of
planning on.
define on the air what it
Mhm.
is. We'll kind of decide on the air, like, what do we want this to be?
Well, I was
Um,
planning on joining you, but my tutor kid, I was supposed to tutor him at 2 today.
right.
Uh, he never showed up on our Zoom call. Um,
Uh,
I I called and texted him during this show. You and I recording right now. He texted me, so now I have to meet with him at 7. So
eh, I'm sorry.
he slept. I don't know how the hell. I guess he's a senior in high school, but how the hell did he sleep till 2 in the afternoon?
I am sleeping a lot more lately. I
Are
just
you
can't.
okay?
I mean, some of it is like the world is stressful.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just by living right now, we're putting our bodies through so much more.
Mhm.
So anyway,
All
take
right,
us out. Take us
all
out,
right,
man.
all right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you guys after the next page. See ya. Bye.
I'm looking for the record button. Oh, there it is.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panels podcast.